Hi, my name is Marit and welcome to another reading vlog. For those of you who don't know, I started this channel to give videos of me reading books to my friends because we're currently all still in some sort of lockdown because of the coronavirus. And I cannot walk into the rooms and talk about books, which is what I usually like to do. So to still kind of have this sense of normalcy, I decided to make YouTube videos to send to them so I can still talk about books. This is another reading vlog. I finished Lord of the Rings with reading The Return of the King. I am technically not entirely done because there's still a load of appendices towards the end that I haven't read yet, but I finished the main story, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'll probably return to the appendices at some point, but I'm probably not going to do a reading vlog about it. Might just talk about it later. So yeah, enjoy! So I'm starting the Return of the King tonight, and I feel a little like double because on the one hand I am very excited to read the rest of it. Like the last movie is one of my favorites as well, so I'm very excited to read all of it, but at the same time I'm really sad that once I'm done, it's done. Like, I know there's a lot more books regarding the whole Lord of the Rings world and everything, and it's like the book ends about here, and there's a huge appendix, like several appendices with like more information and more lore and all that stuff. So the world's not done, but like this story is done, which makes me a little sad. So Pippin just said that it's still 4 years before he comes of age, yeah, as they say, which I think is 33 in Hobbit ages, which means that he is 28, which means that he is like technically like in human age younger than 18, or just a baby. But it also means that Frodo is a lot older, because I'm pretty sure that Frodo is about 15 Hobbit age, which means he's older, like quite a bit, which I didn't realize, but now I know. So Eowyn is fully crushing on Aragorn, right? That's we know that. Now, Aragorn said that I'll just quote him. He says, "I walk this land ere you were born to graze it," which means that he is a lot older than Eowyn. I mean, I knew he was older, but not that much older. Denethor is a real bitch. I mean, he's just... Denethor is not very nice. He literally just told his son, who's come back after having been out there for a long time, that he'd rather have him dead than Boromir. Wonderful father. The whole death, not death, but you know what I mean, of Faramir is so much more dramatic in the books because he gets brought back from the battlefield. And then he gets laid down in his room, and then Denethor, his father, sits by him and basically just cries for a bit. And then after that he turns back mad, in a sense, and orders the servants to carry Faramir to the Silent Street, which is the part of the city where they bury their death. So they walk through the city bearing Faramir on his mattress, in a sense, to there, which is so much more dramatic. And then Pippin's like, "Oh fuck," and just runs to find Gandalf. And then the King of the Nazgul arrives, and they stand up, and that's where I'm currently at. And it's so much more dramatic than I remember it being in the movie. Yes, Eowyn just killed the King of the Nazgul, together with Merry, and it was cool. Merry and Pippin are finally reunited, and I'm happy because as much as I love Sam
and he is the best friend you could ever have. I sure do love Merry and Pippin. I love that when Legolas and Gimli walk through Minas Tirith, they're just roasting it, being like, Gimli's been like, oh, the stonework is not good. I'll help Aragorn once he's king. And it's like, there needs to be more trees.
So they all just marched up to the Black Gate and are now fighting. Merry sadly had to be left behind in Minas Tirith, and Pippin just got pretty sure crushed. I'm pretty sure he's not dead. I hope he's not dead. I love Pippin, as I've said many times before. By Big Troll as he stabbed the troll, and the troll died and fell on top of him. And since Pippin saw it, he's tiny. But yeah, that just happened. I'm now back to Sam trying to rescue Frodo. He is still the best friend out there, definitely. However, I stand by my statement that I love Merry and Pippin, especially Pippin, but also Merry.
Frodo just dropped the ring. I mean, Gollum fell into the fire in Mount Doom, so that means I only have about 100 pages left before I've read all of The Lord of the Rings. There's so much that still happens after the ring's been thrown in Mount Doom. Like, you know, Aragorn gets crowned king, but then after there's so much more that happens that I don't remember being in a movie. I might be wrong though, but so I finished it. The end is very, very different from the movie, but I did really. It felt more like an end than a movie that makes sense. I can't really explain it too well. I feel like I have to mull it over for a while. But I'll probably come back to it in my May wrap up. So look out for that if you want to know my final thoughts, because by then I'll have had some more time to really think about it. Because even though it is fantasy, I feel like there's still quite some layers in it that I kind of need to figure out. But yeah, that ends my Lord of the Rings adventure.